everyday English podcast.
By English Talking Today.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to English Talking Today. I'm your host, Stephen, and I'm so happy to have you here with me. Today, we're talking about a skill that is so big, so powerful, that it can open up a whole world of opportunities for you. Seriously, it's not just a skill, it's a superpower. And what is this magical ability? It's the ability to talk about yourself in English. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Stephen, talking about myself is easy. I do it all the time. And you're right, you do. But doing it in English, especially when you're learning, can feel a little intimidating, right? A little scary. Maybe you worry about your grammar, or finding the right words, or maybe you just feel like you don't have anything interesting to say. Don't worry, I've heard all of it, and that's why we're here today. The goal of this episode is to give you a step-by-step guide to help you introduce yourself in English in a way that is simple, natural, and most importantly, confident. This is a skill you need for so many situations. Think about it. Meeting new friends at a cafe, starting a new job, interviewing for a university program, or even just saying hello to a new neighbor. Being able to talk about yourself is often the first thing you do, and it sets the tone for the entire conversation. When you can do this well, you feel more confident, you appear more friendly and professional, and you can truly connect with people. So, let's get into it. We're going to start with the most important part, the basics. This is the foundation of any conversation about yourself. My advice? Use short, clear sentences. Don't try to be too clever or use a huge vocabulary just yet. Simple is best. First, your name. This is the easiest one. You can say, "My name is Stephen," or "I'm Stephen." It's that simple. If you want to be a little more formal, you can say, "It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Stephen." But for most situations, "I'm Stephen" is perfect. Next, your origin. Where are you from? You can say, "I am from Cambodia," or "I'm from Phnom Penh, Cambodia." What if you were born in one place but live in another? You can say, "I was born in Japan, but I live in the United States now." See? Simple, direct, and easy to understand. What about your age? This one is a little bit different. In some cultures, it's completely normal to ask someone's age. In others, it can be considered a little too personal. So, you can share it if you feel comfortable, but it is not a requirement. If you want to, you can say, "I'm 25 years old," or "I'm 25. Easy, right? Next, work or study. What do you do? You can say, "I am a student," or "I study business at university." If you have a job, you can say, "I am an English teacher," or "I work at a company called Acme." Finally, for the basics, a simple detail about your family. You don't need to tell your whole life story here, just a simple detail. You could say, "I live with my parents and my younger brother," or "I have 2 siblings," or even, "I am married with 1 child." These sentences are short, easy to remember, and they give the person you're talking to a little more information about you. So, let's put it all together. Here's a basic introduction using everything we just talked about. Hello, my name is Stephen. I'm from Cambodia. I'm an English teacher. I live with my wife and our 2 cats. Okay, maybe don't mention the cats in a job interview. But you get the idea. It's clear, it's concise, and it's a great starting point. Once you've mastered the basics, you can start to add more detail to make the conversation more personal and more interesting. Let's talk about your daily life. This is a great way to give someone a small picture of who you are and what your life is like. You can break your day into 3 parts: morning, afternoon, and evening. For example, you can say, "In the morning, I usually wake up around 6 a.m., eat breakfast, and then go to work." Or, "In the afternoon, I have lunch with my friends at school, and we study together in the library." For the evening, you could say, "In the evening, I cook dinner for my family, watch some TV, and then go to bed." To make it more interesting, you can add your hobbies. For example, in the evening, I play video games for an hour, and then I read a book before I sleep. See how that adds a little more personality? Now let's talk specifically about hobbies and interests. Sharing what you love to do is what makes you, you. It's the best way to make a connection with someone. You can use some simple phrases here. I like, or I enjoy, or my favorite hobby is, or I love. When you talk about your hobby, you want to answer 3 simple questions. What do you like? When do you do it? And why do you enjoy it? For example, don't just say, "I like cooking." That's good, but it's a little short. Try this instead. "I really enjoy cooking. I cook almost every evening because it helps me relax after a long day at work." Now that is so much better. It gives the other person a chance to ask more questions. Let's try another one. Maybe you like to read. You could say, "My favorite hobby is reading. I read for about 30 minutes every morning. I enjoy it because it helps me learn new things and escape from reality for a while." The goal here is to give a little more substance. Don't be afraid to add a personal touch. The more you talk about what you enjoy, the more confident you'll feel, and the more likely you are to find something in common with the other person. This is a great way to show who you are and what you want for the future. It demonstrates that you are motivated and confident. And again, you don't need a complicated sentence. Simple is the key. You can use phrases like, "I want to," or "My dream is to," or "In the future I hope to." For example, "I want to travel around the world one day," or "My dream is to open my own coffee shop," or "In the future, I hope to get a better job and learn to speak English fluently." Now a quick tip for this section. Speak slowly and clearly. These are often things that are very important to you, and you want to be sure you are understood. Take a moment, think about what you want to say, and then say it slowly. Short sentences are your best friend here. Okay, now we need to talk about some common mistakes. These are the things I see learners do all the time. But don't worry, every mistake has a solution. Mistake number 1, speaking too fast. When we're nervous, we often speak very, very, very fast. We want to get the words out quickly because we feel uncomfortable. But when you speak too fast, your pronunciation is not clear, and the other person can't understand you. The solution? Speak slowly and take pauses. Like this. Don't be afraid of the silence. It's better to have a pause while you think than to rush and make a mistake. Mistake number 2, using long or difficult sentences. Some of my students think they need to use complicated grammar to sound smart. That's not true. Using a long, complex sentence when you are not confident with it can lead to a lot of errors. The solution? Use short, simple sentences. My name is Stephen. I am from Cambodia. I like to read books. See, these sentences are short and correct. They are much more powerful than a long, confusing sentence with a lot of mistakes. Mistake number 3, forgetting basic grammar. This happens when you get too nervous. You might say, "Name Stephen," instead of "My name is Stephen," or "I from Cambodia," instead of I am from Cambodia. The solution? Practice using simple and correct structures, and don't worry if you make a mistake in the moment. The most important thing is that you tried, and tomorrow you can try again. This brings me to my final and most important point. Practice. Practice, practice, practice. You can't learn to swim by just reading a book about it, right? You have to get in the water. The same is true for English. How can you practice? You don't need a friend or a teacher with you all the time. You can speak in front of a mirror. Look at yourself. See how you look when you talk, and practice your introduction. Use your phone to record yourself talking about yourself. Listen to it. Does it sound clear? Do you speak too fast? You can learn so much from your own voice. Talk to a friend. If you have an English-speaking friend or a fellow English learner, practice with them. Make it a fun game. Remember, the goal is not to be perfect. Nobody is perfect. The goal is communication. The goal is confidence. The goal is to get better every day, one sentence at a time. I know you can do this. The next time you meet someone new, take a deep breath and start with a simple sentence. Hi, my name is Stephen. And then just keep going, one step at a time. Thank you so much for joining me today on English Talking Today. I hope this episode helps you feel more confident about talking about yourself in English. Until next time, keep practicing, keep learning, and keep talking. Bye for now.